Hi, I am Rufus. I'm a filmmaker, and today we'll talk about digital storytelling and what we actually mean by digital storytelling. Today, you will find like the easy and simple steps to tell your story more effectively. And what is actually digital storytelling? Digital storytelling refers to a variety of up up and coming new forms of digital narratives. For instance, web-based stories, interactive stories, narrative computer games, even audio and video podcast, etc. So, in a nutshell, when we tell our story digitally, it's simply digital storytelling. So, let me define it that digital storytelling refers to a short videos, usually 2 or 3 minutes it takes, and a digital story can be made of range of video, range of audio and video elements. The backbone of digital story is the script, and it should be short and it should be very constructive. It, it says that it shouldn't be more than 250 words long, and your script is turned into an audio or voiceover and combined with visuals such as photos, drawing, diagrams, videos, and animation to create the digital story. So what we're going to do is, like, first we start with a video. I want you to see this video. I don't know whether the sound will work or not, but let us see a video. I was recently seeing videos and stuff and what is relevant. So I found a very nice video from Microsoft. So let us see that.
Our digital world is a busy world. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by information. How can we cut through the noise and communicate?
How do we connect with people?
When they're being bombarded with content.
The answer is storytelling.
People love stories.
Stories bring people together,
They build empathy
create context.
so we can understand each other and ourselves.
And ourselves.
Great stories are both personal and universal.
Emotional and relevant.
They build community and pass on wisdom.
From the dawn of time,
To our kids' bedtime.
Around campfires and conference tables, stories celebrate.
stories celebrate our shared humanity.
At Microsoft, storytelling can help simplify the complexities of new technology.
To focus on what it means for real people.
Authenticity helps us connect with the story and relate it to our own experiences.
It takes courage.
Courage,
To be ruthlessly authentic.
Courage to show life as it is.
instead of trying too hard to control the message.
By bringing genuine moments to life and exploring relationships between people, we can tell stories that truly inspire.
Stories about perfection are boring.
Real stories, like real lives.
Are filled with ups and downs, with emotion.
Tension keeps us listening. And a story without setbacks isn't worth telling.
We should seek out hope,
Frustration.
Joy.
And passion.
Using them to deepen the impact of our narratives.
The stories we tell at Microsoft put people right at the center and illuminate our mission in action.
They're stories about transformation.
and thriving in a digital age.
Our goal as storytellers
Is to step back and shine a light on our customers' achievements.
Their work in all its variety
proves the best way
to make a connection is to say, let me
Tell you
Your
a
story.
So I hope you liked it. It's from a Microsoft. They were telling this is the ad. So first of all, that steps that's needed to identify your audience before planning a story. So it is true that great content tends to be naturally attractive to audience. But to tell you the truth, it is not always the truth. So it depends on the audience interest. For instance, if you say, like, you're a mathematician, I'll not be interested to see your services, or I will not be interested. So it means that visitors are likely to connect to our content or your content to your product. Buy your product because of your content. Defining who your real audience is will help you to focus not really creating a great content, but on creating a right content. So it is not about creating great content, but it is actually important to create the right content. So that leads to us to the second point, that when we write a story, it should be, first we have to derive it in a one sentence before we start of telling a story. So what is the purpose of my story? This sentence should give us a main purpose of the story. So first we have to generalize the purpose, then we have to go deeper and deeper to find the real cause and write it in one sentence. I know it can be difficult in times, but we have to get used to it. And once we get used to it, or once we start doing it, then we really gradually, we can really be, expert in that. So it's simple tips to just take your pencil or pen and a paper and start writing the cause, why I am telling the story. So then we come to one sentence that should give you the main purpose of the story. So I guess it might be the biggest challenge, but it is a very essential part. So that leads us to the next point, that every part of the story must be essential. Each point should be related to the main idea, the main theme that we are trying to derive or derive home. And I guess it's the biggest challenge in times. I mean, we are sometimes so emotionally attached with our story, shots, or visuals, but we have to be very practical, and we have to cut off, and we have to put what will interest our audience, and does it make sense to our audience, or it is totally irrelevant. So putting our feet into the viewer's shoe will make us understand that whatever is relevant is, or what is not relevant. So that leads to us to, we must have a hook. That is another part, another essential part of telling a digital story. So we must have a hook. It is very important. And it is, I think, the most important of the storytelling. That what is the hook? That can be the message where we emotionally attached to the audience, where we get tuned with the audience. And keeping that mind, it leads us to the point that we have to keep our story simple. And the message that stays for long, it's been researched and it's been proven that the simple message stays with the audience for longer time. So we make the story more complicated, we have a tendency to forget it easily. And the thing is, we have to, at the end, with an important point or take away. So every story have to have an end, and which should be very important point. And that what we want to portray, or what we want to give to the audience, what they will take from the story. So these all will come to an end or conclusion. That is what the important point we want to give to our viewers. So ask yourself that, was the story too informative or descriptive, or did you grab their attention? It is newsworthy, or you should, we should share it with our friends or anyone. So these are the points we should ask ourselves to evaluate ourselves. So I just recently, like 1 year back, I did a commercial for one of my friends, and she came to me. She has an online shop where she sells clothes, and she's a designer. So she came to me and said she runs an online shop, and I want to make a commercial. So I thought of telling her story, so where audience can relate. I think it will be interesting to see. So this is one of the Matchcard products. that we have recently done. So just let us see. Hope the sound works.
আমি প্রিয়াঙ্কা এমনিতে মানে প্রফেশনালি কাজ করি একটা অর্গানাইজেশনের সাথে আছি এখানে উইমেন ডেভেলপমেন্ট নিয়ে কাজ করি আর প্যাশনের জায়গা থেকে যেটা করি সেটা হচ্ছে আমার অনেক বিভিন্ন কিছুর সাথে কাজ করতে ইচ্ছা করে নিত্য নতুন আইডিয়া আর কি বের করতে ভালো লাগে তো সবার মধ্যে থেকে আমার মনে হলো যে ইন্টারেস্টটা যেহেতু মানে কাপড় একটু ডিজাইন করা এইগুলা নিয়ে তো আমি কাপড়টা দিয়ে শুরু করেছিলাম একটা কালারের সাথে আরেকটা কালারের কাপড় দিয়ে ডিজাইন করা যায় কিনা তো ওইভাবেই হচ্ছে যে তুগুনের যাত্রা শুরু তুগুনের টার্গেট গ্রুপ যেহেতু ওয়ার্কিং উইমেন তো আমার মেইন ফোকাসটা হচ্ছে যে কমফোর্ট তো কমফোর্টেবিলিটি সাথে হচ্ছে যে কোয়ালিটি এই দুটোর অ্যামালগামেশন হচ্ছে যে তুগুন আমি তুগুনের ড্রেস পছন্দ করি কারণ তুগুনের ড্রেস অনেক কমফোর্টেবল and অনেক ট্রেন্ডি অনেক স্টাইলিশ তুগুনের স্টাইল ইজ ভেরি ডিফারেন্ট স্পিক্স মাই পার্সোনালিটি আচ্ছা এই প্রশ্নটা জানি কি চ্যালেঞ্জ হচ্ছে দর্জিকে বোঝানো তাই না আমি কি চিন্তা করছি সেই জিনিসটা কাপড়ে রিফ্লেক্ট করা তো ওটা একটা আমার জন্য একটা ব্যারিয়ার যে আমি আঁকতে পারি না তো আমি দেখা যায় যে নিজে কাগজ কেটে কেটে একটু বুঝাই দিই আর কি এখান থেকে এটা জোড়া হবে এই কাপড়টা এখানে আসবে বাঁকা করে কাটতে হবে এই জিনিসগুলা
আমি যে তুগুনের সাথে কাজ করি এটা হলো অন্যদের থেকে অনেক আলাদা আমরা সময় নিয়ে কাজ করে যেন আমরা ভালো কিছু করতে পারি
শুধু আসলে আমি কাপড় সেল করছি টাকা পাচ্ছি প্রফিটটা তো মিনিমাম অ্যাকচুয়ালি কিন্তু এটার চাইতেও যে আমি যে কিছু ক্রিয়েট করছি সেটা মানুষ অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করছে আবার তারা কনফিডেন্স পাচ্ছে এই জিনিসটা আসলে আমার কাছে অনেক ভ্যালুয়েবল আর কি
So thank you, and we just came to our end of our presentation. And so what we have discussed today so far about digital storytelling is like identifying your audience before we even plan of telling a story. So we have to tell the story first, write the story in one sentence that we have discussed, and every part of the story is important. So we have to choose impartially. So we have to be very cautious and choose every, because 25 frames makes in a second. So each frame or each second is very important. So we have to choose very, very carefully. And we cannot be emotionally attached when we are telling a story. So we must have a hook and keep it very simple. And with the end is very important. But we have seen like the commercial that we did, it's like instead of telling about the product, we were telling a story. So we identify the audience. We told the story that she wants to sell her product, and that the hook was she loves it and she wants to sell. So it's not about only selling. It's a very personal thing, and it was simple and easy to understand. And at the end was very important. We came up with they can visit through how they can order or stuff like that. So this was about digital storytelling and the steps that we have discussed, and I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you soon. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.